Welcome back, my beautiful bouncing baby boys and girls. I'm Jason. As always, this is the Rusted Knuckle Garage, and today, or I should say in this episode, or the new project we have, is this car. I'm going to show you what we're going to do to it. This thing is actually super cool. I'm kind of glad it's here. You'll see it again in a future episode, I promise. You will see it again. We're going to go around, and we're just going to drink her on up, because you're going to need a mighty tall glass for this lovely piece of machinery, I promise. All right, let's take a walk around. She's a land yacht. Some of you guys already know what it is just by the overall shape, but the intro. What we have here is a 1965 Chevrolet, a little bit of damage, Impala Super Sport. This episode is we're actually just going to fix the damage. That's just a fancy way of saying it's a little screwed up in French. Probably not. We got a dent and a quarter. We got a dent right there in the door, a dent right there in the door. We're going to take those dents out because it was high-fived by a golf cart, so that's pretty cool. We already kind of started. We pulled the seat out. Got the interior all taken apart so we can get access to the backside of the quarter panel and push as we pull. So that's what's going on with this puppy. A little outdentage there. We're just going to that back in there. And we're going to repaint the quarter panel, and then hopefully in the future we're actually going to repaint the whole car and fix some of the stuff that should have been fixed on it the last time it was painted. So stay tuned for that. I mean, you know, a guy barely got the land yacht in here. I mean, we'll just scooch on in here quick. Oh God, the garage door just caught my belt loop. But wouldn't this be a car that Johnny Cash himself would like to drive? All blacked out. Looks like it's going to a funeral. Maybe it is. That's the whole drink around the old gal. As you can see here, we have these two lovely dents in the door. We got the stuff marked out. Oh, thank God. That's just some schmutz. I thought it was rock chips. Okay. Well, I guess we gotta fix that too. That's not cool. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the star of the episode, which is just like I previously stated, high-fived by a golf cart. I'm guessing it had some sort of a brush guard on it here, and this is the tire. I mean, that's what makes sense. One of those sweet lifted ones, you know? How we're going to attack that, nobody asked. We're actually gonna start pulling right on the body line. So there's a body line down here, there's a body line right there. So we're actually gonna pull on those body lines and see if we can't get the rest of that damage to just kind of right on out of there, because that's not the sound it makes. I don't know why I just did that. And we're gonna pull on this body line here so we can that right on out of there. That sounded better. That sounded more like what metal does. And that's what we're gonna do. So hopefully this goes good. She's low, is what I'm trying to tell you. She's got the wind ride in her. Credit to Derek. Some of you guys know who that is. So that's what we're gonna move on to. Stay tuned for how that goes. I'm not exactly sure, but my hopes are high. They usually are, but we've been in this situation before. We've been through a lot on the old channel here, so yeah. Let's dive on in. So regardless of anything that you may have been heard or told, step one of this issue is to literally make more work for yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to grind all this stuff out because it's nice and thick. See, this is not a skim coat, a filler. It's not. Stop it. We're going to delete on the paint here. We can pull. So always create more work for yourself first. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start at the bottom and we're gonna work our way up because that's what you do on the ladder to success. We're gonna take these pump wedges. We're gonna try and push that out. If it works, I'll leave it in the video. If I didn't, well, you know what happened here. Okay, now that I've effectively cleaned out the mouse condominiums in here, we're gonna start pumping. Is it moving? Oh, I heard it moving. Spoiler alert, it didn't work, but we did get somewhere. So, plan B. Now back onto the step where earlier in the video that I told you guys that this is the part where you make more work for yourself. So you take one of these guys with that thing on it, okay? And you just ruin it. You ruin everything, all of it. Okay, kids, take her down. All right, now we're gonna take these cute little situations and we're gonna pull that all out. So you take the studies. Sounds like studies. Like we're gonna study for stuff. That's stupid. And you put your little nail in there. You put her on. Give her a quick, just like that, and then it welds a stud to it. For those of you that may be new to bodywork or not know what I'm talking about. And then you just, another one right next to it. That one's probably not going to come off nicely, but hey, you know what? That's okay. It's fine. We're not winning any beauty contests here, but we're going to do some damn nice metal work. And we put this one. Oh, sparks are flying. Okay, so we're going to start with those three. I might try to use the stud lever. It's got my name on it. I'll see myself up. See if I can even remember how to use this thing. See how much it moved? Did you see it? Did you see how much? It moved a lot. That was cool, huh? Yeah, follow me for more tricks. It's all about massaging the metal. So now we got it this far. Now we're going to take some more studs. We're going to put them in between where we were. By the way, you just take these, you just twist them with a side cutter. I didn't show you that. I'm sorry. I know I'm such a prick. And now we're going to pull in between all those. And then we're probably going to do a little happy tappage right here. Just kind of push that in and pull that out. I'll show you what that means here in a minute. So now what I meant about that is we just give her a tug and a tap. And then when you're really pissed at it, should be pretty well okay. So we're going to do the same thing over yonder finger here. Pull that out, then we're going to put a little bit of weight on it. Hope to God that weld sticks, because I'm going in the toolbox and that sucks. Not the first time it's ever happened. Now for removing the studs, you just grab them with your side cutter and this is probably going to fail. Yep. Just twist them off, just like that. And then those are garbage. I'm driving the struggle bus right now, folks. Don't judge. Or you just cut them off, grind them down. That's fine too. There we go. So 2 out of 3. I mean, those are good odds. Okay, so now that you have your assortment of impalements down there, now we got the bottom section of the dent looking pretty decent. Now we're going to go to the top. We're just going to put some pressure on it, make sure everything's good. And then we're just going to get mad at it. You're going to pull that out. Then you want to feel for lowness on both sides, and then that's where you want to put your next stud nail. The metal will tell you where it wants to go. All right? Just remember that. And voila. When you're done, that's what you should have. You guys want to see it? Like that is pulled pretty dirt. Oh God, we got to focus. That is pulled pretty darn good. We got her, kids. We did it. All right, next step, epoxy prime it, fill it. Next step, filler. All right, ladies and genitalia. Look at that. Let's just appreciate that fine bodywork right there. That actually turned out quite well, and most importantly, better than it was before. that's what we got here. That's what we do. All right, now I just gotta sand that and sand that. We're good to go. That's done. Almost done with that. And then maybe paint in a little bit. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'm not sure just yet. It's just a nice shot there. Yeah. We're fabricating the deck lid back to what she's supposed to be. We got our puzzle pieces here. We're gonna weld all those in and just make that a deck lid edge again, I think. Let's do that. Yeah, go team! And now what we do for the deck lid is we get all of this stuff welded on so it looks like this side does. Look at how nice that looks. Ugh. If you can't buy one, build one. My lovelies, we got the gaffer's tape off. We got the bodywork done on the quarter. You just seen what happened with the deck lid. Let's just appreciate that right there. Let's just, yeah, look at that. All right, so the bodywork is done. Now we move on to primer. We're gonna mask it now. All right, we're all masked up. Let's use primer to make me the body guy I'm not. That's what we need. That's not what you use it for. Don't do that. All right, we're gonna spray this. First coat of primer's done. Appeared to be a pretty decent body guy by the looks of everything here. Well, folks, we got her in primer. We got a couple of marathons going on over here, but you know what? We'll block that out. No big tissue. So you guys will see a little bit of the blocking on this one too, I think. And then when you get her blocked out, she should look something a little bit like Cat. You know, that's what she should look like. She looks good. I'm drying here, so don't mind my shine juice there. By the way, everybody, the only thing that I'm using to shine stuff, just wax and grease remover kits. It'll put a shine on her for you. Spray it on. Let her kind of flow out. And then it's just, you know, you get a pretty decent, accurate representation of what it looks like. So just do that. What did we do? What have we done? You've seen in the last clip what it looks like when it's all shine juiced up. The door is not blocked yet. I'm not done. I'm not done. Okay? Just give a guy a break. It's not done yet. Quarter panel is done. Finished sanded. Finished sanded. Ready for paint. So what did we do? Glad you asked. Block the door. Almost to the right grid. It's not close. But we need to prep the door to match the quarter. So this finished sanded in 400 grit. This paint sanded, 2 paint sanded sanding grit is 800. Quarter panel is completely done, ready for paint. Now we're moving on to the next section. We're gonna sand the door in 800. We're gonna sand the rocker panel, also in 800. Everything else ready to go, except that. That's not ready, but it will be soon. So nobody asked what we got done, but that's what we got done, all right? That is not done yet. Neither is that. That'll be sanded to 800. This is currently sanded to 220, I believe, if I remember correctly. I just did it. I don't know. That is what it should look like when it's finished sanded, ready to go. Look at that. Little burn throughs there, not a big deal. Little cut throughs around there, that's fine. Sealer will take care of that because we use an epoxy sealer, so it won't shrink back. Got that dent fixed. Got that imperfection fixed. And the quarter panel is sanded. That's what it should look like when it's ready for paint. We gotta pull some stuff off yet, and then we'll start painting. Morning. This is today's goal. We have this, I don't want to dent it. We have this sanded, we have this sanded, and we can start masking. That's today's goal. That's the plan. Let me tell you something about this Midwest cold. It's not the temperature. It's the wind that'll get you. Okay, now some time has passed. I'm gonna see if I can do this. I'm gonna shine it up real nice. And let that kind of run off a tickle. Even out. We got the viewer board here. See if I can do this. Just checking for imperfections or any waves or anything. Just trying to make sure everything is good and beautiful. You know, I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Good, I'm glad you agree. An undisclosed amount of time later, and that undisclosed amount being something I'm not emotionally ready to talk about, we're prepped. We're sanded. We got the stuff sanded that we need sanded. It's sanded. Did I say it's sanded? Because it's sanded. We got the extra stuff we need off the car. That's off. We're scuffed up. Now we can start slinging tape so then we can paint it. But I've seen in a couple YouTube videos, like all this that's on the car. I've seen in a couple YouTube videos, and it disappears, but it never works here. And as you've seen, just like that, we're masked for paint. We got the sealer wobbling around over there in the shaker thing. Why did my voice just shake? Okay. We're gonna paint this succulent little machine, and let's just get it out the door, all right? That's what we're after. Not gonna show you the painting thing just because that usually takes up too much time. Y'all have seen me do it to a bunch of stuff, so for time purposes, let's pretend. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna paint it. Time to get in my painting pajamas. And just like that, we're painted. Look at how this thing turned out. This thing turned out awesome sauce. I'll get you guys in here, get you a closer look when it's done. I ain't showing you it now. That's a lie, I probably will. Let's look at it. We're going to start sanding on the Impala here. We're going to start with our 1200 grit just because this ain't a show car, kids. It's just not. We're just sanding the orange peel out. Then we're going to graduate to 1500 on the machine. And then we're going to graduate to 3000 on the machine. And when the 3000's on the machine, it should look something like this. You get an interface pad, and you got toilet paper, and then you just buff it up. And then you use your squeegee because this one's wet. The rest are dry. Except this one. This one's wet too. I shouldn't lie to you guys like that, but that's what happens. And those are the situations that we're going to use. We don't use that. That's just on there, or those. We don't use any of that. That's just there, okay? Some of you are probably going to ask, why do you have 1200? Well, this is just for like the dust nibby nibs, so we can just cut those down on a hard block. You just sand all those out. There shouldn't be a lot. There is. Prep your area nicer. So now we have the car cut open so it can breathe for 24 to 48 hours before we buff it. When we do that, that makes sure that all the solvents get out. Normally I wait a week, but this is just a repair. It's not a whole car. All right, your group of basket cases. Here we are. We're back on the Impala. I mean, we're technically not back because you've been watching this the entire time. It's only me that keeps changing the days and everything. It's only in real life that you see that. We've got the door Trizac to 3000 grit. As you can see, there's a distinct shininess difference from the quarter panel to the door. That is not an optical illusion, folks. You're actually seeing that. So now we're going to move on to the quarter panel, and then we're going to buff it. I don't think I've ever actually put any buffing footage in my videos, so y'all are going to get a little bit of treat in this one. A little bit of a treat in this one. God, what is wrong with me today? I can't speak. When it comes to buffing, you'll see this car again. All right, now we've come to the buffing aspect. You want to get yourself some auxiliary lights so you can get the auxiliary, my God, lights, so you can, get that shined up real nice. We're going to do this in 1, 2, 3 stages of buff. We're going to hit up the first stage first, obviously, and then we're going to start buffing, which I already did, as you can see. I know, I'm just started without you. Actually, I started before because I didn't want to embarrass myself on film, all right? That's why I started before. Anyway, so we're going to take those 3 stages. We're going to buff this out, and then you'll see what it looks like when it's done. So this is after stage 1. You can kind of see it's got some whoop-de-woos and stuff in it. That's because that's a heavy-cut compound. You've seen me buff the shop sign in a previous video, so this should be nothing new to you. All right, kids, so what you want to do is you want to get her on there. You want to be generous with the stuff. it's pretty nice, pretty decent to deal with. Excuse me while I get on my promotions here. Those are my knees. You want to do some light to moderate pressure. Now this is black. This is everybody's favorite color to buff. I actually do like buffing black because it tells me when I screw up. White sucks. I hate buffing white. So you want to hold it nice and flat. This is all the education you're getting out of all of this, all right? Just so you know. And I'm only doing this much, or at least as far as that compound will take me. You want to run her at about 1400 RPM. Probably should have mentioned that too. And you take your microfibre cloth. You just give her a wipe. That's all you gotta do. Just caress it nicely, wipe it down, and then boom, shiny. Wow! Also, I suppose you noticed like all the directions that I was going. That's important because when you go this way, then you're ensuring you don't miss a spot. I just had a chunk of wool in my mouth. That's buffing, all right? That's all you get. Now, if you excuse me, I have work to do. Remember before when I was talking about those lights? That's not just stage lighting, folks. That's to help me do this. Yeah, no, that's good. All right, children. We're gonna move on to second stage. So what second stage is, we're going to the foam pad. 5725 for a part number in case you're curious. So what we want to do a second stage is we want to up our RPM from 1400 to 1800 and we want to just get it on there wet. We don't want to buff it dry. If we buff it dry, that means we did too much. So we just kind of get her on there, spread it out. All right, my ladies and gentles, the 65 is put back together. It's all done. We'll take some close-ups of that damage next, right after this. Well, hello, all of my beautiful sets of eyes out there. We're on the deck lid. You've seen some of the fabrication stuff, at least in shots. I didn't film it. I know, all right? I get it. I'm unreliable. We got the bodywork done. We're gonna get that in primer. We did have another wonderful piece show up for this car, and I think it's gonna look pretty decent when we're done with it. I'm gonna show you what that is here in a minute. I already prepped it. I know, once again, I'm unreliable, okay? Sometimes stuff moves so fast. Let's check that out. So before we get on to the situation that just arrived, let's take a look at this bodywork, shall we? Looks passable, all right? Definitely looks passable. That looks nice. I think I can deal with that. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna a little bit of primer on there, and this thing should be good to go forever. Now on to the situation that showed up. I'm kind of excited about it. I hope you guys will be too. Next on our cinematic adventure, we have a center console from this same 65. She was all black on top, all black, just blah, black. So we're gonna spice it up a little bit, I think. And right here, I don't have my little pointer thing anymore. I gotta find it. I misplaced it. So right here, we're gonna do like a charcoal gray. I think that's gonna look pretty nice. And then on here, I think we go with we're gonna go with a little semi-gloss action here, just to deviate from the shininess right here, the chrome. We also have the shifter cover and the center console cover, but we took those off because, well, we got to paint it all. I hope it turns out good, because if it doesn't, this clip is really going to suck. And be done.